Ano na, saan tayo titingin? Salita ng konti. Test lang. Epa? Hello everyone. Good evening to all members of Team Ongoy. By the way, I'm Teacher Al. Welcome to my channel. Today, we have to review our previous topic about open games. Opening before we proceed to another lesson. My objectives are first to have an interaction between the teacher and the learners. Second, I want the team Ongoy to answer my questions through chat, or the guest is also required to answer if you want to. And the third, to determine the level of understanding of learners in open games. So that's why I'm going to ask you some questions while we are discussing this open games. First, the open games start from king files, from a2 to d4. That is the first move of white. And this opening is called open games. Guys, observe the position of pawn on the board. And the reply of black, e5 and d4. This opening is called center opening. You guys observe and memorize the position of the pawns. That is called center opening. Now my questions, I'll give you the choices. Center game or defense. Danish gambit, defense. And the third choice is Goring gambit, defense. Okay? From the three choices, you have to answer now what variation if black captured the pawn at d4 and the queen captured the pawn. In that position now, my question is what variation if applied or exist by the white and the black? The choices are center game or center defense, B. Danish gambit defense, 3, or C. Goring gambit defense. Please chat your answer. A. Center game or center defense, B. Danish gambit defense, and C. Goring gambit defense.
Mana lang po kung parang gabi.
Thank you for Jesus Sandigan to visit my house. Thank you to Belma Sandigan. Magdalaw sa bahay ko. Thank you, Tarina. Cindy. Thank you very much for visiting my house. Okay, guys, I'm just waiting for your answer. For A, center game or the defense, center game or center defense. For B, Danis Gambit defense. And C, Goring Gambit defense. My question is, what is the variation exists in that position on the board? I need your cooperation, Team Ongoy.
Dito pumasok yung ano. Kasi tapos yung isa. Ma.
Thank you very much for Francie Paha. Okay, thank you for visiting my house.
Buksan mo tulas na yun.
Okay, guys, please answer what opening exists in the board. Letter A, center game or center defense. B, Danish Gambit defense. C, Goring Gambit defense. Thank you very much, Nadira Ivy, for visiting my house. Okay, the answer is letter A, center game or center defense. E4, E5, D4, then the black captured D1, then this the next move of white is C3. In this position, what variation exists? A, center game or center defense. B, Goring Gambit defense. C, Danis Gambit defense. My question is, what variation exists in that position on the board of the pawns? Choices, letter A, center game or center defense. B, Goring Gambit defense. And C, Danis Gambit defense. Bago tayo matuto ng lahat ng mga moves sa chess, kailangan natin na ma-identify muna yung mga opening. Because if we do not know how to identify the openings of our opponent, it's hard what kind of defense that we're going to do. That's why this is important to determine the position or the opening of its pawns. Okay, this opening is called Danish Gambit. Okay, another, we have a4, e5, knight f3, knight c6, d4, black pawn captured white pawn at d4, then c3. Question now, in this position, what variation exists? A. Center game or center defense. B. Goring Gambit defense. C. Danish Gambit defense. Guys, what is your answer? Okay, guys, the answer is letter B. This variation is called Goring Gambit defense. Okay, next variation. E4, E5, knight F3, knight C6, D4, black pawn capture D pawn, white, then knight capture D4 pawn. My question is, what variation exists of white and black? Choices, letter A, Goring Gambit defense, B, Scott's Gambit defense, 3, C, Danish Gambit defense. Guys, what is your answer? What variation exists on the board? Choices, A, Goring Gambit defense, B, Scott's Gambit defense, C, Danish Gambit defense. So the answer for this variation is called Scott's Gambit. The next opening, E4, E5, Bishop C4. My questions, what variation exists in this position on the board? Dear Ivy, your answer is letter C. The question a while ago is the answer for is letter B. Scott's Gambit. This time, um, letter A, Vienna opening. My question: what opening exists on that position? Vienna opening. B, Bishop opening. And C, center opening. My question is, what is the opening exist on the board? Rina Sandy, kumusta po kayo? Jadja Sandigan, how are you? Francie pa or Franz pa? Okay, magandang gabi sa'yo. Kamusta? Thank you very much for Nadir Ivy for sa iyong napakalakas na tamsak. Thank you very much. Okay, the opening is on the board is called Bishop opening, letter B. So the first move of white is e4, next move by the black is e5, and the third move or the second move of white is knight c3. Question: what opening exists on the board? A, center opening. B, bishop opening. C, Vienna opening. Guys, what is your answer? Thank you very much, Rodmanship. Rodman, thank you very much for joining me for visiting my house. Rodman, hello guys. What opening exists on the board? We have choices: A, center opening. B, bishop opening. C, Vienna opening. Guys, what will be your answer? Thank you very much, Abilano Darrell. Thank you for visiting my house. Try to answer what opening exists now on the board. Choices: letter A, center opening. B, bishop opening. C, Vienna opening. Okay lang yan, Nadira. Marami pa akong question. Itatanong sa inyo. Hinintay ko lang iba kasi yung iba naharang kasi. You're welcome, Rina Sandy. Okay, to those who do not know how to play chess and do not know how the meaning of the openings, try to practice now to answer. Because maybe by December I will give you a prize for this. If you get many answers by December, I'll give you a prize. Okay, this kind of opening is called Vienna opening. Okay, we have to. I would like to emphasize that we have two kinds of sister opening. One is Vienna opening, and the other one. This is the Vienna opening, and if we're going to use bishop, this is called the bishop opening. Next, we're going to study another opening, King's Gambit opening. Okay, the position of King's Gambit opening from e4, then response by block is e5, and the next move or the second move of white is a4. And this position is called King's Gambit opening. Okay, my next question is if the second move of black capture the e4, what opening now used by black? A. King's Gambit accepted. B. King's Gambit decline. C. Poke counter Gambit. Thank you for Kabukiran tour to visit my house. Rodman, what is your answer for my questions? My question was what is the opening or what is the variation used by black? Is it letter A, King's Gambit accepted, King's Gambit decline, C, Poker counter Gambit? Okay, thank you very much, Melba. Okay, Melba, thank you very much for your time, sir. Okay, Rodman, this opening or this variation is called King's Gambit accepted. This opening is called King's Gambit, and the variation is called King's Gambit accepted because the white offer the pawn at e4. Once the black capture this pawn, that variation is called King's Gambit accepted. Next variation, e4, e5, ano, e4, tama, next, then e4, then bishop c5. What variation? Under King's Gambit. What is variation now on the board? What is the variation? A. King's Gambit accepted. King's Gambit decline. Blockberg counter Gambit. Okay, the answer is King's Gambit declined to accept the offer F4 pawn by the black. So that's why under King's Gambit opening, this is called King's Gambit decline is called a variation or a defense. Okay, next, another opening. What is a Roy Lopez opening? Okay, this is a Roy Lopez opening. E4, E5, Knight F3, Knight C6, then followed by Bishop to B5. That position is called Roy Lopez opening. If you're black, the most common variation for this is E6, like that. Okay, next opening, we come to two knights defense. Evans Gambit defense. We have so many pa. We have knight's game opening. What is knight game's opening? This defense use a horses or a knight. The first that we're going to study is the Philidor's defense. Okay, the Philidor's defense is like this: E4, E5, Knight F3, and D6. That is called that opening is called that variation is called Philidor's defense. Okay, guys, tell me what variation is this? E4, E5, Knight F3, Knight F6. Choices: A. Philidor's defense, B. Knight's game opening, C. Petrov's defense. Thanks to Eternal Traveler Wish for visiting my house. Yes, magaling po yung anak ko sa math, Rodman. Okay lang yan, Rodmanship, if you don't have idea. Anyway, this is all a matter of practice. Rina Sandy, yun, magaling daw yung anak niya sa math, sa English. Uh, Siguro maganda yung pag-guide mo sa kanila, Rina Sandy. Kasi sa pag-guide lang naman yan. Si Ate Mia na konti lang yung alam niya. Hindi naman gaano magaling. Katamtaman lang. Yes, pwede naman maglaro yung... Yo, pwede. Rina, Sandy, pwedeng maglaro sila. Sige, message mo, Melba. Message mo si Mia. So next, we have to study another variation. E4, E5. And playing chess kasi kailangan sa center magsimula ang opening. And that is called na tinatawag such as principle of chess. We're going to control the center. Kaya most of the time, the opening of the grandmasters, non-masters, international masters, mostly at the center. Okay, and this opening, knight f3, knight c6, bishop c4, c4, then bishop c5, then c3, or sometimes knight c3, or sometimes d3. Okay, what opening is that on the board? A. Philidor's defense, B. Knight's game opening, and C. Gyuko piano defense. Okay, the answer for this opening or defense, Goku piano defense. This is a variation. Okay, another variation. Again, A4, E5, knight F3, knight C6, bishop C4, bishop C5, and bishop B4. Okay, in this position, what defense or what variation exists on the board? So our answer is Ivan's Gambit variation. Okay. Okay, next variation. Thank you very much to Jan Ree for visiting my house. Maraming salamat. Okay, next variation. E4, E5, knight F3, or knight C3, knight F6, knight F3, and G6. In this position, what vibration exists? A. Evans Gambit defense. B. Three knights defense. C. Petrov defense. In this position, the vibration exists is called three knights defense because the three knights depended the square.
Pero bakit?
Okay, next. Next variation. E4, E5, knight F3, knight C6, knight C3, and knight F6. What variation exists now in the board? We have four knights. A, four knights defense. B, three knights defense. C, Evans Gambit defense. Okay, the answer is four knights defense. Letter A. Okay, next opening. Italian opening. You have to study Italian opening. Let us review again. E4, E5, knight F3, knight C6, bishop C4. Oh, that's the Italian opening. And from that Italian opening, we will have a variation. Okay. What if the move of black bishop e7? What do you call that variation in the board? A. Hungarian defense. B. Paris defense. C. Two knights defense. Good evening to Amy or Amy present. Salamat sa pagdalaw sa aking bahay. Amy. Okay, that's Hungarian defense. And what if the move of black d6? What opening or what I mean? What defense or variation exists? Okay, the answer is A. Choices A. Paris defense. B. Hungarian defense. C. Two knights defense. Okay, you guys, the answer for that kind of variation is Paris defense. And next variation under Italian opening, e4, e5, knight f3, knight c6, then bishop c4. That's an Italian opening, and knight f6. Okay, that position now on the board or variation or the variation exists is called two knights defense. Milba, ayaw niya kasi, ayaw niya matuto. Hindi niya hilig yung chess, mas gusto niya volleyball. So, confirm, di talaga siya gaano marunong. We're done about the Italian opening. We come now to elephant gambit opening. This is our additional our topic for today, our new lesson about elephant gambit opening. In elephant gambit opening, we're going to start at king's pile or king's column and the pawn plays at e4. Then the reply of our opponent e5. Then the second move of white is knight f3, and the reply of black is d4. And that is called uh, elephant gambit opening. And we have three common variation for this elephant gambit. We have the white capture the d pawn black, and the first variation queen takes d5. So that is the first variation under elephant gambit opening. And the next variation is that after capturing this pawn and the pawn pushing forward just to attack the knight and the defense of white, queen goes to e2. So this time the black pawn cannot capture the knight because if captured the knight, so open check cannot be allowed. So this is the second variation under elephant gambit opening. Okay, from this position, elephant gambit opening. So we're going to the white capture this d pawn. And the third variation is then the black uh, put the bishop at d6. So that's the third variation under elephant gambit opening. Okay, okay. Now we have to review again our previous sample game opening, sample game about bishop opening. And bishop opening start with the king files or king column from A2 to D4. Then the reply is E5 and bishop C4. That is called bishop opening. Be familiarized that opening. And then we have a variation knight f6. So what you're going to do, of course, you're going to protect this pawn because this pawn attacked by knight. So white d3 just to protect the pawn at e4. And the next move of black is c3, or c6 rather. Then the reply of white is knight f3, attacking this pawn at e5. Instead to protect, the black counter, use counter attack the bishop at c4. So the tendency, the reaction of white, of course, to retreat and put the bishop at b3. Since this pawn is hanging, supposedly to be protected, and that is why the knight of black raised knight d7. But there is another option. Maybe the black captured this pawn at a4. That's another variation, or that's called an option. Option 1, to defend this pawn, goes to knight d7, the knight, or the option 2, this pawn captured the pawn at e4. In this position now, in playing chess, we're going to apply the so-called quick development of your pieces, of our pieces. You have to develop immediately the minor pieces, which is the knight and the bishop, and the major pieces is the rook and the queen. At this time, decided the knight to castling. The purpose of castling is to bring or to bring safe possession our king. Then the reply, of course, of the knight of the black is to develop the bishop and put at knight at d6. The purpose is to develop at the same time to protect the pawn at e5. Then since we're going to develop our minor pieces, the knight now jumped to c3, but it was attacked. This will be attacked by the pawn, like that. But the best thing is to capture first the pawn at d5. And the white and the black also captured the pawn at d5. And that's the time that you're going to develop your knight. Bring to knight to c3. And this time, attack by the pawn. So if you have a chance to counter and playing chess, counter. So that's why instead to jump this knight, so automatically counter, applied counter attack. So knight goes to bishop g5, and now this is in danger the f7 pawn of black because there's another support or sniper, the bishop at b3. So that's why the decision of the black is to castle, castling. This time, the knight at c3 jumped to e4 just to attack the undefended bishop at d6. So the decision of black is to protect the bishop at the same time the knight attack the bishop here and attack the knight at e4. In this position, white realized that bishop is so very important. So decided now the knight of white to capture the knight at c5. And the bishop captured also the knight at c5. Then the problem of white is the bishop, the minor piece is not yet developed. So, and there is an hanging pawn. So in playing chess, one of the principle, if there is an hanging pawn, so subject to attack. So we're going to attack the hanging pawn. So pressured the hanging pawn, so decided to eat the pawn at e4, and the bishop now captured the pawn at e4, and that this time completed the minor pieces of white developed. And one of the principles of chess is to have an exit of the king in case of major attack. So that's why the black ex- the move is h6 to attack the knight at the same time to have an exit for the king. Goes here. So this is the exit area of the king of black. But without knowingly that move is pressured the knight to capture the pawn at f7, sacrifice. Then the rook takes the knight, but the problem of black, the king is pinned of this bishop, the sniper. This position now, the knight is a powerful guard of king, so subject to deflect or subject to remove or eliminate. So that is why the black bishop put at e5 to attack the knight. And the black additional support for the knight. As per plan, to eliminate the knight, so bishop white takes the knight. Then the bishop also takes bishop. This position, the queen now is subject to move at h5, develop the major piece. This time completely develop the major piece. And the black knows that the rook is under attack, so need to support. So that's why the queen goes to c7 to protect this rook.
8 minutes.
Okay, this position, another principle of chess, once there is an open pile, you have to control. So this time the white control the open pile. At the same time, there is an idea to put here and check the king. So it was noticed by the black, so that's why the move of black moved to king moved to f8. But there is a brilliant idea of black, sacrifice again the rook. capture the bishop. In this situation, if black capture the rook like this, that is a great mistake of the black because the rook maybe goes here, checkmate, or maybe the queen is the one to check like that. So that is bad to capture this rook by the rook of black. So that's why I decided the black, the pawn takes the rook. Okay, in this situation, this pawn is hanging, so no defense. It's captured by queen now. Then check. So the tendency, the rook cover the king to avoid the check. In this position, we have two options. First option, we're going to capture the pawn like this, check. And again, the rook cover the king. This time, the queen goes to h8, checkmate. Okay, that's the first option. And the second option, queen goes to h8, like that. Then again, the rook covered the king. But this time, the queen captured the rook, and the king now is helpless, checkmated. When I say checkmated, if the king goes here, no, because it will be eaten by the rook. Goes here, checked by the bishop and the queen. Goes here, checked by the queen. So there's no place, there's no square for a king. So black now is the loser, white is the winner. Because the black now is checkmated. Do not eat the king. That is not allowed in the tournament. You have to do just only check. If you eat like this, the king, oh, that's illegal. Wait, that is not allowed in the tournament. Okay, that's the end of our sample game. First option, knight d7. We have another option for that. What if, so let's try again to analyze the second option under a bishop opening. And Terence first. Again, I would like to say thank you very much to all members of Team Ongoy. Namely, Judges Andigan, Rina, Melba, Sabilano, Daryl, Kabukiran Tour, Rina Sandy, John Reed, Roadmanship, Jaime Present, Nadira Ivy, Okay, maraming salamat sa inyong lahat. Okay, let us continue again to analyze the second option from the game of bishop opening. This is the bishop opening. Try to memorize the position. That is called bishop opening. And now, knight f6 variation. Then to be supported by d3 pawn. Then c3, knight f3, and attack by d3 the bishop. So the bishop goes to b3, and this time our first variation is knight d7. This time, what if the d5 captured the e5 of white? So be careful in this position. If the white captured this pawn, is a mistake, because, like for example, like this, queen and king captured. So this time the king permanently at the center, because the privilege to castling is now lost because of that mistake. So in playing chess, if possible, avoid making an error. Okay. If this pawn to be captured by knight is also a big problem, is a mistake. Because once this knight captured this pawn, so the next move of black goes to e5, check the king at the same time, double the knight. So if you're going to defend using bishop, then queen takes or captured the knight. So in this position, favor to black. What is the best move of white? Okay, let's try to study again. Turn is first. Okay, e4, e5, bishop c4, then knight f6, then d3, then c6, knight f3, then attack by d pawn, that backward the bishop, and then capture this pawn. So the best move of white, instead to capture this one, mistake, capture this one by knight is also a mistake. So counter attack, knight goes to g5. If the reply of black is bishop to c5, and if the plan of white continues, goes here, double the rook and the queen work. So the queen now goes to b6. So there is a threaten here, threatening the pawn here. So if white captured the black, rook is a great mistake. Like for example, knight takes the rook, bishop takes the pawn. Option 1, what if king goes to f1? The next move of black is bishop to g4. Then king goes to d2, attacked by the pawn here, and king goes to c3. And now, final attack, pawn goes to e7, checkmate. So, see, that's the mistake of capturing the rook. What is the best move for that? Let's try again to arrange and study again the position. Okay, e4, a5, bishop c4, knight f6, c6, knight f3, d5, bishop goes to b4, b3 rather. Then here knight d3 path, then capture, avoid to capture that. Instead attack and bishop goes here. Then capture the pawn here. Then queen goes here at b6. So the best move for that, so to capture knight, to capture the rook with the knight is a mistake. So what we gonna do is to castling. This is the best move of white. Okay, the next move for black, rook to f8, and black captured the pawn at e5. Okay, that's the second option. So favor in that situation favor to white. So avoid mistake to capture the rook by the knight. You have to do just castling to defend first before attacking, or to capture anything, or to capture any pieces on the board. So in playing chess, be careful uh, always in your decision. Okay, thank you very much to Roadman, to Rina, to Melba, to Sabelano Darrell. Thank you very much for watching, to visit my house. Thank you, Jaja Sandigan. To all Team Ongoy, thank you very much. January, thank you very much. Nadira Ivy, thank you very much. So Amy, thank you very much to all of you for supporting me. Okay, okay, guys, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. See you again in my next NS.